Daniel Barnett. Listen, I'm just testing out this live stream. Number one, can you hear me well? Is my mic fine? Is the quality of the camera okay? Ah, very nice. And the image, is the camera okay? Ah, sweet, sweet, sweet. I assume there's a delay on this though, because I mean you're taking quite a while to actually post something or to type in something to reply on one of my questions. So yeah, so how's it going, guys? Awesome stuff, man. Hey, there's a Tony, awesome. Tony Jones as well. There's a couple of people inside here. Yeah, I think it's man. I just spoke to one of the high-end, probably the biggest high-end collector of mods and atomizers in South Africa, and the guy's also connected overseas. He's called Rob Fisher. So I want to do an interview with that guy live on Sunday evening. So I was just checking out this live streaming, how exactly this works. But this is the one going through YouTube. So I doubt you can actually invite somebody in here. I'm not sure. But I mean, this is very nice for just plain live. Hi, Dozy face, Dozy. Listen, have you guys got any questions while I'm here? Seeing that this thing is actually working and the mic's good. Just busy making some juices for people. Letting this guy breathe for a while. Questions on wire types. Questions on what is up and coming. There's Hector's in here and Andrew Troutman. Andrew, waar bly jy nou? I think Andrew is one of my old learners back in the day. So yeah. So yeah, in any case, if there's any recipes which you guys are interested in, I make a lot of juice. I can quickly show you my concentrates. There's some of my concentrates. It's crazy. Some mods at the top over there. Those are the views you guys never get to see. So yeah, I think it's about high time that we actually get to know high-end stuff. I see there's a Facebook group as well. The guy posts the most beautiful looking mods there is. After I've tried this Zeus RTA, which I think looks very good on this guy. I was told that I must get the dwarf, and the dwarf original actually goes for 1,600 rand here in South Africa. And that is doable. I can do that there. And then I'll also maybe do a review on that specific guy. But I will still remain a RDA bloke, for sure. Hey, Vasilis from Greece is there. Yes, Andrew stays in Botasag. Looking forward to what's coming. Great news. Pluto from Space Jam, mate. It's so nice. So nice to be able to actually go live and to be able to chat to you guys and be capable of responding to questions immediately. And of course, I'm on holiday. You guys all know I'm a teacher. So it is fun times. It is fun times. There's something else. I don't know how many of you guys actually own the double barrel. Is there any one of you blokes that's got the double barrel out there? Because I just want to know what it's an amazing mod, but I actually find my double barrel to be slightly underpowered by about 10 watts. So I'm not sure if you guys are also experiencing it. If you have it, that is. $61%. No. Hi. It's good. That's actually nice to meet you guys. So you can see I'm not that horrible as what people actually portray me to be. Some people put it that specific way, for sure. It's also another thing. You saw the latest video of mine where I actually did some juice reviews. Now there's so many people that send me bloody juices to review. But I know there's so many standing here. But I know juice reviews are actually boring. And that's why I'm at least trying to incorporate some of the juices while I'm busy doing a hardware review. Do you have a problem with that? Or do you think I must totally leave the juice reviews? Seeing that juice reviews are so subjective, for sure. Wayne Husky, thank you very much. Yeah, the drag mod. There's so many people that like the drag mod that you can't really say anything negative about it. I mean, it's impossible. If you see, I mean, I'll probably know about 30 people that own the drag mod, and they're extremely happy with it. So I myself don't own one, but when somebody asks me whether they must buy one, I will recommend it to them, based on the amount of people that's told me it is extremely nice. And I felt it in my hand, so I'm sure it's a good mod, most definitely. Hi there, Michael Bugiala. Yeah, no, I think the juice with the hardware is gonna work best though, for sure. Because as I said, juice reviews tend to be too boring. So I don't want to dedicate a whole review specifically on that, and I'll rather actually combine it into a hardware review. But yeah, so if you want to, by now, if you don't know me that well, I'm definitely into my RDAs. I really love my RDAs. And I think I'm basically a specialist in 22 millimeter single coil. That's why I actually liked this guy when it came out. When I saw the size of this bloke, and that you've actually got your coils, which is so close. This is the Reload X, and for those people of you who do not own the Reload X, this is an amazing ATI, guys. Really, I mean, I've got all the other reloads. This thing is awesome. Right, it's fine with me because I might have a juice profile. I must try. Drag is boxy, but a great mod. They really die. Yeah, they are tough mods. I mean, they are reliable, mechanically, electronically reliable. What do you think of the Noisy Cricket version 1? I've never tried the Noisy Cricket version 1 because I've got this little. Okay, this is the rear. I don't know if you guys seen my engraving, which I did. My first attempt at engraving on my rear Batman. And my second attempt at engraving is my other rear. My little Kaiser logo. I don't know how well you guys can see it. But in any case. So no, the Noisy Cricket I didn't have because I actually got myself this one back in the day. And it was so much like the Noisy Cricket that I didn't see a point in getting the Noisy Cricket when I actually got this copper vape. So yeah. But I also know a lot of people that really, really like that Noisy Cricket. So yeah. Hi, Chris. There's Pakistan. Yo, don't you guys work? Or all of your teachers? the Reload RTA, and it's one of my top 5. Yeah, I also had the Reload Daniel, and I was very happy with the Reload RTA. But as I said, I sold it off because I'm so much into my drippers. But I think if I get the opportunity again, I'll actually get myself the Reload RTA. Then my Reload collection is complete. Then I've got all their hardware. Other one, funnily enough, which I also enjoyed, but I know there's quite a lot of people that did not enjoy it, is the SMM. Now I've got the Nudge. There's this little guy, which you guys all know from Suck My Mod. And I mean, I enjoyed, this guy comes off difficult, but I enjoyed building on it. And I actually like the flavor a lot. But yeah, you can still see nice and cleany inside over there. But the SMM RTA has got the same bull deck as what the Nudge actually has. And it also gives me decent flavor. I just put a nice twist cap on there. It's good on the lips. Now, this is my wife's setup, especially got for Nunchaku. Not a problem. Has not dropped me up until this point. But I see there's another new regulated tube out in any case. Yeah, no, I still use my Nudge. I just showed it. So yeah. The SMM, yeah, no, Johan, it's nice. It's a nice RTA. It builds easily. It does not leak. Although I haven't any of all the recent RTAs which I've in any case tested. I mean, this is the second build which I did on the Zeus, and no leaking at all. And the first build which I did, no leaking at all. SMM 3 builds on it, no leaking at all. So I think it's just a question of the people not sure how tight wick actually must go through their coils, the length of the legs. Maybe they put too much cotton inside those drop areas. But I've never had a problem with leaking. The only RTA which leaked on me back in the day was, I think, is the Griffin RTA. That thing was a pain. I just couldn't manage that. M16 skills. Hi there, mate. Welcome to my live broadcast. This is just a tester. Okay, it's nothing official. That's why I didn't mention anything. But yeah, I get no flavor from single coil RDA. Wow, Lizard, I've got no idea how you manage that. I mean, if you can get yourself you can actually see I've got a whole collection of these Hadleys. I love these Hadleys. They're absolutely awesome. I mean, I even received the OATX. You guys know I did a review on the OATX, and it's a very nice RDA. But I mean, there's just nothing at this point. I think the only thing which possibly is going to beat my Hadleys is maybe the Skyfall, but that thing is extremely rare, and it's so difficult to get your hands on one of those and to actually get on the list for that. But yeah, I am saving up, so maybe some guy gets tired of his or drops vaping or stops vaping totally, then yeah. Dual coil RTA, which has tremendous flavor. Well, we spoke about it though. The Zeus is nice. I'm enjoying the Zeus, but if you really want nicer flavor, I know the Skyline. I've tested the Skyline. I don't own a Skyline, but I have vaped on the Skyline. It produces better flavor than the Zeus. The Dwarf I've tried. That's why I want to get it, and that also produces more, but that's more expensive. So I think if you're talking about something affordable, then the Zeus is there. I think the guys are talking about the Pyro, which is also fairly decent, but there's quite a few. But you must rather ask somebody who's an RTA specialist to recommend you something in there. As I said, I've got these two and I'm happy with it, the SMM and the Zeus. If you had to choose between the SMM and the Zeus, no, I'll take the Zeus. Yeah, no, I'll take the Zeus. It's better looking. You can play around with more builds in it. I like the top airflow, so chances of leaking is 0. So yeah, no, I think it's more attractive. If I'm on Camps Bay or beach and those two are both chicks and they walk past me, I will turn around and look at Zeus again, not SMM. But SMM is good. Where did you buy the custom drip tips for the Hadley? Yeah, there's so many people that actually ask me about these drip tips. But one of my friends is a goldsmith, and he also makes tips. He's got all the machinery to make tips. So when I got these Hadleys, I took the dimensions. I used my vernier. This bloke, you guys all know what a vernier is. And I actually measured this guy out, totally, the whole thing, and I sent him the design of the Hadley. And he used that, and he made me these tips. So yeah, they are custom tips, specially made. But you can order it. But it's a guy in South Africa. But I'm sure there is somebody that sells them overseas. I think I saw them on a UK site. Chameleon Tips, I think. You can try them, Chameleon Tips. The tester is great. Looking forward to more. Yeah, yeah, thanks, Ronald. It's nice. I get wonderful flavor from single and dual coils. The build is very important in a single. Yeah, that's true. From all the builds which I probably have done, I find that the more air I actually get underneath my coil and then bringing it up, the better the chances are of flavor. So yeah, especially what is the latest? The Zeus. Take the Zeus for example. I mean, you guys know it's got those pillars with the air holes on top of it. So I mean, I basically positioned my coil 3 different positions depending on those 3 rows, and I found that if the top row actually hits the middle of my coil, and the middle row actually hits the bottom of my coil, and the bottom row actually goes underneath my coil, that's why I actually get the best flavor. Because remember, that air is going to actually hit one another and actually move up. So because your coil fires in all directions, you didn't really need airflow at the top though, because that vapor is automatically going to push up. It's going to shoot up to the top. You want to bring all those nani, all those goodness at the bottom, you also want to bring up. So yeah, I used the word, I think, liquid particles once, and somebody almost got a heart attack, a fit, because I got no idea what liquid particles are. So yeah, the Basium Squonk. No, I haven't got the Basium Squonk yet. The drop, I've tried the drop. One of my friends have got the drop, and the drop actually has got very nice flavor. There's nothing bad I can say about the drop, to be quite honest. I mean, I got good flavor from the drop. Obviously, the guy didn't have the build in there, which I preferred. Most guys which I meet, they've got aliens. People stand by aliens. They love multi-core aliens. Whereas you guys know I'm a frame staple guy. I enjoy my frame staples, my flat build. I dig it. It's nice. The favorite wire for your Hadley? Stainless. Most of my builds is stainless. So yeah, and I really like stainless. I've done some research. You guys must say if you're interested in a video on that, but on the different wires. So yeah, I've got all the characteristics of each wire actually put out. The melting points of those specific wires, exactly what happens as soon as you fire a mod, what the difference is between your voltage and your amperes and your ohms and wattage. Obviously, if you use a regulated mod. So I'm not sure if you guys are interested in a video like that, but if you look at the characteristics, I mean, I also told somebody else that the thing about juice reviews is, and the same with atomizers. There's people that stand by that RTAs have got better flavor than RDAs. I just don't find that. But it's just probably the same situation where one person likes this juice and another person likes that juice. Now, as a physiology major, I know that the taste buds on your tongue, they differ, and the amount of receptors differ, and that you've got 4 different areas. Now, some of them are more activated than others. And whenever you experience something, it's not only your taste buds in your mouth, your tongue that play a role, but also your olfactory cells, nerve receptor cells inside your nose, which play a huge role. So because there's so many factors involved in taste, it's absolutely possible that some people experience flavor better in an RTA than they do in an RDA. Your challenge as a viewer is basically to find the reviewer which has got a similar taste to you, who've got a similar liking in hardware than you, and then listen to that guy's review on a next product which has actually been released. And chances are good that you're actually going to like that. I mean, I've had products which I reviewed which I think was very good. I've had products which I reviewed which other people thought was fantastic, which I think sucked, like the Aqua Fatoon. I don't know how people can think that is a good RTA. I've got no idea. And I tried so many builds in that. Of course, certain reviewers said it is very good. Okay, let's quickly have a look at some of this stuff over there. You guys say my camera is not too bad and my microphone is fine. You guys can all hear me. How much you charge for frame staple coils? If I see, it's actually scary when I see people ask up until 280 to 300 Rand for frame staples. I ask 180 Rand for a set frame staples, and then you decide the combination. Do you want 29s, 28s, 26s, 24s on the outside? What size ribbons? How many ribbons do you want on the inside? Do you want to Clapton at 38 gauge, 40 gauge? So yeah, and you can decide however you want it. But the reason probably why they ask so much is because there's so much wire involved in the build actually, and the time you actually spend. I mean, it's all I make. So making frame staples for me is not hard anymore. Vaping one, hi there. Okay, M16 skills. Ken, I've got 3 drops. Gonna get drop solo and drop dead next, mate. I need them. M16, yeah, I was also considering that. I mean, I've got the dead rabbit, and I said I tried the drop. So I honestly don't really see a point in getting something which is in between. I mean, I think I learned my lesson with the Entheon. The Entheon was supposed to be an improvement on the Hadley, and that didn't happen. And then they brought out the Hadean cap, which you actually put on top of the Entheon, which is going to give you better flavor or airflow similar to that of the Hadley. But even with that, the flavor improved on the Entheon, but it still not gets to this Hadley guy. This Hadley is boss. He's boss. You think you will like the Drop Dead RDA? As I said, you guys can decide that. I mean, they said because I buy my own stuff, despite what everyone thinks about me asking for freebies the whole time. And it's weird. I mean, I've probably done 155 videos, and in the one broadcast, which I show interest in something, all of a sudden I get labeled. Bastards. But in any case, that's probably how life works. That's how life works. So, yeah. So because I spend my own money on stuff, it has to be something which I think I'm going to enjoy, because I really don't want to waste cash. I mean, a teacher we don't earn the most days. We've got a nice package when we retire one day, and a nice medical scheme in place. That's fine. But I mean, spending money goes to the kids in the house. I wanted kids, so yeah, it's one of those things. Okay, what is there? People love the Wasp Nano thoughts. I had the Wasp Nano as well. For the price point, I think that the Nano is a good buy. The Wasp Nano, as I said, I had it. But it's pointless for me keeping something like that when you've got RDAs which produce better flavor than the Nano. But it's got respectable flavor. I mean, I'll go to war with the Nano. I'll go to war. It's not a bad RDA. I've got to be honest. What are they? Guys, I love your reviews. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Mr. Tennis Club. Yeah, no, talking about tennis. Oh, my word. You guys see, we've actually got a South African through to the quarters in Wimbledon. So, yeah, the problem with that is I think he's facing Federer today. But I'll watch the tennis match later on, actually. But it's awesome to have a South Africa there for a change, for sure. Okay, wat is daar nog? Did it go shut or door? No, my wife closed my door. Close the door. Do you guys want to see what my wife looks like? I mean, you look at me now. I'm this big, bulky guy. I should actually show you a photo of what I actually looked like when I was a lieutenant in the army. Slim Jim. But then I got married, and my father-in-law, he likes to, and we like to buy some meat. So it's extremely difficult to maintain a healthy body in this family of mine. A lot of socialites. They love partying and stuff like that. I'll quickly go and fetch. I'll fetch my loveliness. Eileen? Nog op je hele sê. Wel, want ek en jongens nog aan doen met die video. So kom sê gaan ek gou hulle wys. Nee, maar. Kyk. Kom. I just want to say hello. You want sucker? Die camera dat jullie kan sien.
Hallo sê, waar moet ek kyk?
Waarom van hulle moet jy hallo sê?
Ek kan nie sien so ver nie.
All right, so there's lovely. You guys are embarrassing my wife. She must get out of here. But check out this, brother. How's that? That plus alcohol is this. So you youngsters, you must be careful. Look after yourself. Yeah, no, she's a stunning lady. She's a fantastic woman, absolutely amazing. But I mean, we've been together from school already. I'm 49 at the moment, and yeah, she's 48. So we met at school. So we've come all this way, gone through dips, and we've gone through highs and lows, through rose gardens, and through thistles. So yeah, but it's good. It's all good. Let's quickly see what is there else. RDA died due to squonking hype through the practicality and the good experience they give. Sad. I don't know. So any case, vaping with Ken is there. Yes, yes, ghost wife. Mrs. Kaiser. Yeah, she says mooi. She says mooi vrou. Yeah, no, I actually had to work together. You can understand. I don't know if you guys know. There's a few stand-up comedians. I've got a weird sense of humor. I can't laugh at something which is predictable. I laugh at comedians which make fun of everyday situations and create it, or can I say, alter it in a humorous way. That I really like enjoy. Like Bill Burr. Do you guys know Bill Burr? Now that guy I really enjoy. And Jim Jeffries. Now there's Oaks. And Jim Jeffries has got an awesome skit on attractivity where he uses a scale and actually says that people like us, we are 5 or 6 out of 10, which means if you walk past somebody, you're not going to scare them away, or the kids are not going to run away. And if you're obviously a 9 or a 10, people like us, 5 and 6s, it is extremely hard. You'll probably never get the chance of actually connecting with a 9 or a 10, stuff like that though. So yeah, I reckon for people like us, there is a chance. I mean, ladies are different to us. I mean, we go for what is beautiful, and then we obviously connect to their personalities. And if they, if they actually have enjoy similar stuff than what you actually do, then it evolves further. But a woman is different. If you make a girl feel special, and if you make her, you can provide her security and stuff like that, though, that is for them extremely important. So yeah, I didn't just walk and catch her. I had to work for the loveliness. Pretty good. Mike Mex, enjoying the sun in the garden. I'm stuck on Isle of Wight. Again, of skin. Yeah, so talking about the Isle, I'd love to go to the Isle of Man. That's definitely on my bucket list. You've almost got a biker that dies every year at the Isle of Man. But it must be amazing to watch that power go by you at those specific speeds. Definitely. Sub Vapes, welcome. Did you ever buy any quality pre-made frame staple wire? No, I don't buy. No, I don't buy frame staples. The thing is, wires are too expensive. So what I do is I just go and buy my own wire. I mean, there you can see there's a whole box. There's a whole box with spools which I've got. And then there's a lot of rolls of wire which is over on this side. So the thing is, it's just, if you get decent wire and they're surgical grade, there's no problem. You can make your own coils which are just as good as these guys that custom make them. But if you're talking about high volume Chinese coils, then I think all vapors start out on them. You're talking about these guys that come in these packages, these type of blokes, or these blokes. You're talking about this. Now, if I quickly want to build a coil to just give me an indication of whether I'm going to get some flavor, then I use these guys so that I do not waste a frame staple on it. And then when I do the video for you blokes, then I already know it's capable of producing good flavor, because these lower quality Chinese wires produce something. So yeah, but I do make a lot of frame staples, but I also use Claptons as well every now and again, for sure. Vaping with Ken, my ex-girlfriend had this weird fetish. She liked to dress up and act like a bitch. Yo. Thanks for the response, Kaiser. It's late here in Australia, but I'm going to bed. Yeah, as I said, the only reason for going live now is basically just to test this specific avenue of live feeding, which is actually awesome. But unfortunately, I don't think you can invite somebody to this specific YouTube feed. But I am doing a interview with somebody on Sunday evening at 8 o'clock South African time, which has got the biggest high-end collection of mods in South Africa. And this guy knows so many people. I mean, he's obviously one of the guys who received a Skyfall, for sure. And he's got a Skyline, he's got this, and he's got that. And he's got a lot of mods from Hungary and from Greece. So I think it would be interesting as well, because, I mean, I think I'm on the middle tier of vapors with my stuff. With the Therions and the what else is there? The hard SIGs and stuff like that. This guy, I think, is the most expensive mod which I actually own. Is this? Now that just gives you an indication. But I also didn't pay full price for this though, because it had a small little mark on the fire button. So I actually got about 1,000 Rand off on this. So I was extremely lucky. Are you talking about the audio? Okay. Otherwise, you guys, my audio is fine. Otherwise, do you think I must talk a bit slower? Depends on where you stay. I mean, if you stay in Cape Town, you stay close by, you can just pop by my house. And the nice thing about popping in here is you can taste some of my juices, which I think you will really enjoy. This guy is Nom Nom. This guy is very nice. And this is my strawberry Twinkie. It's one of my newer ones, which I have. Very, very delectable, I tell you. Very delectable. Flat Clapton wire and just wind my own. Yeah, and then I've got flat wire as well. Yeah, there's certain atomizers which you got to use it. There's certain atomizers, the OL16, for instance, you got to use straight plain wire. It's no point trying to use Claptons in those things. So yeah, for sure. I don't know even what time it is overseas. Thanks a lot for your advice, Kaiser. You're a really good teacher, Viper too. Oh, I appreciate it, man. That's what I try to do. I mean, I had to edit my second last video, which I did, just so that YouTube couldn't block me, because somebody actually told YouTube that I infringed somehow. So in any case, so the point is, that's the reason why I do videos. I'm not into the drama. I really hate drama. I hate the politics. I hate that, because I mean, it makes the vaping community really look bad, and it sucks. It's not supposed to be that specific way. I mean, as I say, you guys, it's the same with me. There's so many vape reviewers out there, and I've only subscribed to some of them because, kind of said that those guys have got the appeal which I liked, and they have got the knowledge which I actually enjoy. But it is pointless to try and be better than somebody else. It's no sense. I mean, you're a vapor. Oh my word. Fair and well if you like that guy in China, in I think it's Thailand, where that soccer team actually got lost. They went to go into the cave, and the floods came, and these guys were trapped inside the cave. And then the one guy actually died. One of the divers died. He didn't have enough oxygen trying to save those kids. Now there's something to talk about. If that guy's alive, that is somebody that actually means something. But I mean, we're only vapors, so it's pointless trying to sit on a pedestal for what? so the whole idea is to help. I mean, I enjoy teaching, and for a change, I can actually talk to a older crowd than my school kids. At least you guys pay attention. School kids don't always pay attention, for sure. Guys, I go to CTI Uni in Durbanville. Is there any way if school starts again to visit you there one day? Yeah, sure, you're absolutely welcome. I mean, a lot of my old learners pop in school and come say hi there. How long have you been vaping? Probably 2.5 years, 3 years, I think. About 3 years, yeah. I stopped vaping. To give you an idea, I think that is when the VTC EVIC almost came out around that time, because that was my first big mod, except for these pen cigar-like type of stuff which you'd buy in the tobacconists. I had one of those little small thin bastards in the beginning. And I mean, I was so happy with that until you realize what happiness really is. But yeah, no, probably about 3 years. What is else? How long did that Ronaldo Gous told me I should get in contact? Shame, I must actually send the guy some juices again. Yeah, but I like my juice. I actually enjoy it, because juice is very expensive. So if you don't do it yourself, I don't know how you guys can afford spending 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 rand on juices every month. Heaven knows how you do it. But yeah. Yeah, Mike Mix, that's right. When that's supposed to be the attitude. That's supposed to be the attitude. The only thing, the problem which I have with certain viewers, is that they expect reviewers to cover everything, and that is very difficult. That's very hard. I mean, especially like somebody like me, though, which vaping is my hobby, but I enjoy certain devices. I'm not going to go into the whole variety of pod systems. The only reason why I did that pod system from what's it, Minifog, was because I helped two people actually get off cigarettes, and I bought these two setups for them, and then I bought an additional one for my brother. And because I had it, I reviewed it. But I'm not going to go out and go totally pod ballistic and vape the breezes and the Sorens and all the stuff which is out there. I'm not interested in that. So yeah, what I like, and I'll tell you now, is I enjoy my dual battery regulated mods with a good dripper on top. That is my favorite setup when I'm sitting here. When I'm out and about, this is my Gunther, which I take along with me. Then I like a Squonker, and specifically a dual battery Squonker. Absolutely. Because it's just so convenient. And there is not a dual Squonker out there that beats this guy when it comes to battery life. Obviously, looks most definitely, because this is definitely not the most attractive, but this is a workhorse. This guy works, and he gives me what I want. So yeah, that is what I really enjoy. But occasionally I will test RTAs, or DTAs. I'm not a big fan of, to be quite honest. Now VapeCon it's too expensive to go up there, to go all the way, because I mean, for me coming from Cape Town, you have to drive up, and that's a couple of $1,000, and then you have to organize a place to stay, and you must eat over there, and it's 2 nights, so you can come back the Sunday. It's just too expensive to go up that often. Hi Tony, Bobby's here 3 months into sample box. Do it yourself or forget it. Hein, send some extra juice to Ronaldo and name your price. Why don't you guys just make your own? I'll give you recipes. It's so easy. But yeah, you must just tell me what you need. Your profiles. What is the Basim? I don't even know what the Basim Squonker looks like. Let me quickly check it out. I don't know if I do this, can you guys still see me? Let's quickly check out this bloke. Oh, yeah. No, I did see it. Yeah, I know. That the Basim I did say. I just forgot it's his name here. Almost all the Squonkers which I keep. Okay, the only other Squonker which I actually have with a side squeeze is this guy. There's the chat content. Chat disappeared. The mouse. Is this little guy, but I don't really like. I don't like it when the Squonk bottle is on the side and the buttons on that side. I dig this specific organ. You've got your button on that side and you've got your Squonk bottle on that side. It is just so convenient. And if I look at that mod, which you guys, it's a square mod. I think it's specifically made for the who's the guy bought out the Niord again? Goblin Valley. What's his name again? You guys know, man. Oh man, I forgot. Jeez, like it. Post it over there. I can't believe I forgot the guy's name. But in any case, Morton Owen. That's it, Morton Owen. Now he's must got, I think he got a 30mm Squonk Atty, which is out. So I think that mod is for that. But I don't like the shape of that thing. The bottle sits on a weird, and then the button on the side. So I'll rather wait till one of my mates get it, or when I can go to a vape shop and actually just get the feeling in the hand of that. And then if it's nice, yeah, I'll definitely consider getting it there. Because I mean, as I said, I enjoy squonking as well. I enjoy it. Yeah, my e-liquid recipes, Chris, is I've got a lot which I've posted on the eSig SA forums. I'll just type in at the bottom over here. Well, I'll just copy the link, and you guys can go there. There you go. That's one of the local South African vape forums. And if you go in there and you just do a search for Kaiser recipes, then it comes up. And then rather go for the later recipes which I've posted, because the earlier recipes I was still a apprentice, but now I'm a bit more kind of experienced. So that the more the later juices are, the nicer they are, for sure. Now you're welcome. Gonna have a look at those things over there. Please share if you have a good recipe for something fruity or desserty. Oh, there's so much, because I mean those are the profiles which I enjoy. My fruity and desserty stuff. That is that. I mean, those which I just made for this guy. This guy's a chocolate mint ice cream. This guy's a blueberry muffin, which is all right at the bakery. This guy's my coffee. There's Wham. There's a nice coconut. It's cocoa pine. You guys know pine nut? That's pine nut over there. So yeah, there's so much. So, it's too many. I've probably got about 20 juice bottles around here. But this lemon meringue. Nom nom. Yeah, I'm going to have a look. For skonking, I use either the Yuga Vapor Squeezer or the Signature Mods Squeezer. Yeah, it's talking about skonking. Yes, like I think it's one of those. There's still a skonker which I'm looking for, which I can get. I think it's a Rebel skonker. Regulated dual battery Rebel skonker. That's on my wish list still. Yeah, Andrew, I've got a very nice coffee flavor. It's called Boeretroos. Boeretroos. Yeah, I've got a small bottle with some left in it. I was just vaping it a while ago. There. Here's my coffee. Boeretroos. Okay. It is nice. It is good. Cheers, we'll check the link. Yeah. The Rebel Skunk is massive. The Rebel Skunk is big, yeah. I know it is big. But the thing is, it's battery life. I'm off the battery life. I'm a chain vapor. I vape a lot. I don't know how many juice you guys vape average per day, but I must be close to 30 to 40 milliliters of juice. Type in there. Let's see if any of you guys come close to me. 30, 40 mils. Yeah, but that's per month. I'm talking per day. So I vape a lot. And that's why I've probably got about 14 batteries, 4 batteries at a time on my charger, so that I can always have batteries. But yeah, milligram nicotine is normally 1 or 2, which I enjoy. No, I'm one of the lucky guys, because I thought it's going to be hard to actually stop smoking. But I actually didn't have a problem. As soon as I started vaping, I put my packet of Camels. I smoked Camel filters for 21 years. So I just put my pack of Camels down and I continued vaping. And that was 3 years ago. I've got the Recoil RDA. I actually just took it off from the double barrel. But yeah, you're talking about this little Nomi. That guy. Then I've got it. But I don't find it as good as the Reloads, to be quite honest. It is a nice, make no mistake, it's a nice RDA. But for the builds which I like, I actually enjoy the Reloads more. Yeah. I'm same age as you, Kaiser. That's it. Look at that. Teachers. Hey, all the way from the UK. So glad to see a SA reviewer. Yeah, I can't believe there's not so many South African reviewers. It is actually strange. I would have actually hoped that would be there's quite a few springing up now. And I mean, I probably know about 6 or 7, but when I started reviewing, there wasn't many. Hi, Super Smithens from Manchester, UK. Yeah, no, Andrew, go and have a look. There's quite a few recipes over there, all the way from the UK. Anthony Dagnan, so glad to see us. Have any companies connected to you, and what's your plans for the channel? The only the only reason why I typed what I typed in Jay's live broadcast was because I was so interested, because he's knowledgeable. He works with so many such a huge amount of hardware that, I mean, I've got a design for a 22mm RDA, but I just do not know how to get it off the ground. But it's because I've got so many 22mm RDAs that I actually came up with a design which I thought is going to be nice. Now, he does a lot more than what I do, a lot more. So obviously his level of expertise is much higher than mine. And bearing that in mind, I thought that this RDA which he's going to design is going to be awesome. And that's why I hinted. But I don't contact any companies to go and ask them for stuff. All right. Even when Sakma Mod asked me to contact Watofa, I didn't contact them. I mean, I just thought I'd take a chance, and then it doesn't work. But I won't do it again, for sure. I mean, not for the amount of drama that was created. It's beyond me. I don't even experience that type of drama in school. I've got no idea. So, in any case, a lot of juice companies contact me, but I don't know about juice reviews, to be quite honest. As I said, and it's what makes it more difficult, juice reviews, is because I've got about 16 to 18 flavors which I have designed, which I vape and enjoy. If I get a similar profile, I automatically compare it to mine, which is unfair. And that's the problem, which I actually have with vape reviews. So yeah, so occasionally company, when they actually contact me, they send me out a link to their juices, and I can pick a few juices, and then I'll do that. Yeah, then I'll pick something which I don't have, and then it makes it a bit easier. But some local hardware guys, yeah, they've contacted me, and I mean this I was sent, and this guy was sent. This was the guy's first one which I actually made. Okay, you will see I did a review on this little guy, and then I gave him comments and stuff, and this is the second one which he actually came up with, which is much nicer. And he brought out subsequently a third one. But otherwise, yeah. I think GearBest contacted me. GearBest sending me something which I must review. And then I must send them the link to my review. And then they will see if I'm worthy of reviewing more of their gear. But we'll see what happens. They said I must pick something, and all I've chose from their whole catalog is a toolkit. I told them send me a toolkit. So yeah, it would just make life so much easier, because it's you'll see it when it gets here. You'll see it. Yeah, juice is very subjective, for sure. No, it's very subjective. But at least the reviewer gives you an idea. I mean, you've watched. I'll probably mention some juice which I thought is great. Where's that juice which I like a lot? There's a lime milkshake from TKO. I think it's inside. I was vaping it while watching tennis. But I mean, there's an example. I think it's a very nice juice. I like it. But there are people that don't like it. So yeah. But go to vape shops. They've got testers. So yeah, if you hear something and you see it, ask the guy to test it before you buy it. Don't go in blind. Going in blind, you just waste money. Just waste cash. Yeah, I actually went. I actually had somebody that asked me. I don't know if you're South African, but one of the companies which we have here in Cape Town is called Pompous Pom, and it's run by a guy called Zeki. And Zeki actually went to the trouble to go and find out from these companies whether they are capable of actually, from a design, producing a whole RDA. And they said no. They can produce certain components, obviously, but when it comes to the peak insulation, the plating of the 510 and stuff like that, then they won't be able to help. So I think your Chinese route is probably the best route which you can go to when you want to save as well. Mofo Vapes. There's a South African vape reviewer. He reviews some juices and some hardware. Yeah, at MoFo, we spoke about South African reviewers a while back. And it's actually nice to see you guys actually coming up and starting to review. So yeah, let the presence felt. The vape battle going down in South Africa, bro, it's crap in the UK. No, the vape battle down here is not the bad. The biggest problem we've got with vaping in South Africa, I think, is the influx of juices on the market. There is such a huge number of people making their own juices now and then actually supplying them, or they get it made in laboratories, which is certified, obviously. But there's just so many variety that yours actually, I mean, I probably went to 2 companies back in the day to introduce my juices to them. And the first thing which they asked me is it bottled by a laboratory? And I said, no. And they said, no, okay. Then they're not interested. So I decided, so I basically sell to my friends and a few guys which know me from around here. But there's just too many juices. But when it comes to attitude, not really. I mean, I don't really find anyone that nasty down here. Individuals, I might have a problem with a company might have a problem with somebody else, stuff like that though. But there's no north against west, north against east, east against south type of situation here in South Africa. Okay, but we're growing still, man. We are a young vaping culture in South Africa. Do it yourself can save money for buying devices we want. Yeah, for sure. You will save a lot on do it yourself. Definitely. Okay, and remember your concentrate. Certain juices. I know of a juice which is awesome, which has got a 4% flavor concentrate in it. 4. Now, if you go to companies, a lot of those companies work on a 20% up flavor percentage inside their juices. That's why it's so flavorful. But that's where the money is. It's paying for those flavorings. And that's why those juices go for those prices. And nicotine, obviously, is expensive as well. Hi, Tim. Welcome to the feed. It's just, as I said, a tester because I want to do an interview with Rob Fisher. He's the biggest owner of high-end vape gear in South Africa. And he's going to talk about it. I'm going to ask him questions Sunday evening. And he's going to give us more info for us, low down and mid-level, mid-tier vapors. He's going to show some of his mods to us and show some of and what's classified as high-end and how the rest of the vaping community perceives them when they walk around with those $6,000 to $12,000, $25,000 rands worth of mods, for sure. Do you think that since there's a lot of companies that are making juices that the price would start decreasing? I thought that the price would have decreased by now because the flavorings have decreased. I mean, you can TFA and CAP and Flavor West and Flavora and Flavor Art. Those guys have all lowered their prices. So you can get, but I don't see much of a lowering in the prices of the South African juices. Not significantly, definitely, but they should be able to. But remember, there's so much more overheads. It depends on who's making the juice, put it that specific way. Because I know if I go to a company and I let them bottle 500 or 1,000, it's probably going to cost me 30 Rand for the complete bottle with a label, everything. But then I must commit to that specific volume. Now, not everybody can go that route. There are specific guys which, I mean, I design my own labels. That's probably why some people might think they look a bit crappy. But I don't have to go and pay for a designer. I do that though. And I've got a small local business down the road which prints the stickers for me. Those guys, so there's a lot of ways in which I save. So I can afford to give juice at a good price, but not everyone can do that. The overheads are too big, man. Overheads. Are you from Stand? What is Stand? Talking about the Strand near Somerset West. No, I'm from Bellville in Cape Town. Chris Cross, do you have certain favorite build for Hadley that you use the most? Framed staples all the way. All the way, no matter what. It's just the wires which differ. I mean, I'll just show you, man. It's just frame staples everywhere. If I just pick up, there's just frame staples everywhere. Everywhere where I grab, there's just going to be frame staples. It's my little baggie with frame staples. No. There's more with frame staples inside of them. So yeah, there's 3 more frame staples. So yeah, but it just differs. It differs from the atomizer. So yeah, sometimes I use 28s with 8 or 10 ribbons on the inside, and I clap them with a 38. Sometimes I use 29 or 30 gauge on the outside with 4 ribbons inside, clapped in with 40 or 42 gauge. So yeah, it all depends on what atomizer I use, but I enjoy my frame staples. For sure. Do you have a certain, okay, do you have your design on CAD or just, no, I've just got rough drawings. Rough drawings. I've got a beautiful name. Everything is in place with my rough drawings. I was supposed to go and meet a guy who's a pro on CAD. But when I heard that this guy is going to charge me, I think 800 Rand an hour, I got constipated and I left the building. So yeah. But I mean, I'm not hasty. I'm going nowhere. I'm fine. They're banning tanks with bungs in them and stopping skonkers from bigger bottles. Yeah, I heard that, Andy. I actually saw that. That is crazy that they're doing that. Okay, what is there else? M16 your start. Tim G still think they charge way too much for juice in general. Yeah, as I said, Tim, it just depends on the overheads. But if you buy from a do-it-yourselfer, you're supposed to get it for a very good price. A guy that with limited overheads. Andrew, no one must care about how a bottle looks. It's what's inside the bottle that we want. Yes. Totally agree. As long as it nom. There's that juice I was talking about. Now, you guys overseas, you're seriously missing out on this guy. This guy's juice. Lawrence Strydom from TKO. This guy's got an awesome range of juices. So yeah, get a distributor in UK and in US and tell them they must order this guy's juices. He's got a cinnamon roll called Me Time. Nom. So many nom juices in South Africa in any case. I saw a video where to make frame staples with the Daedalus, and after that I subscribed and bought the gear. I love your instructional videos. Thanks a lot, Thomas. Is it Thomas? Thomas? Yeah, the thing about the Daedalus is it can be very temperamental because there's so much little fidgety stuffies which can go wrong to use the Daedalus perfectly. Now, one of the things, the last thing which I've noticed after I've made sure my surface is fine, after I made sure my tension on my clap thinning wire is good, everything, I still had bunching up on the Daedalus Pro 2, well, the second version, the Pro version. I just couldn't understand why. Guess where the problem was? Those little guides which they actually give you, the 28 and the 26 and the 24 gauge guides. Inside my 28 gauge, I just saw a little metal. There was like a little knurling. What do they call it? It's not evenly cut through. There was some other little piece of iron sitting on the inside, and that caught my wire every now and then, and boom, bundled up. So in any case, so just make sure that you don't have that specific problem. And if you have, for your 28, you can still use your 26 guides. It's 100%. Hey, there's Mr. Rob Fisher. Rob, I'm testing this feed because I want to go on Sunday with you. There's Mr. Rob. Say hi to Mr. Rob. You should see that guy's mods. Oaks. I'm driving a Toyota Auris. And I think if I sell my Auris, I might be able to buy half of one of his mods. Good stuff over there. But in any case, no, he's a fantastic person. It's good to know. Yeah, TK is really good, Andrew. It's nice. You can now see there's Mofo as well. Mofo also knows about TKO because he's a local vape reviewer. He must know. Everyone must know about TKO's juices. But there are others, obviously, which is extremely nice as well. M16, Andrew, there's Rob. Thanks. Must be local issue. Yeah, you nailed it on the first pronounce. Thomas. There you go. Nice. Okay, King Quest, Don Juan. Hallo meneer Charles hier. Hallo Charles, Clash gone crazy. Charles, jy moet leer. You must learn life. No, Charles doesn't have life science. Now you must enjoy your holiday. Network thing that it did. Anyway, just check it out on Fastech, prefer 24. Rob for Vape King. Yeah, no, Rob is the local godfather in South Africa regarding vaping. Charles, that is a problem if you buy those. If the guide on the inside, because that's the last thing which you're actually going to have a look. You don't expect the machining on the inside to be flawed, so you don't look there, and then you just can't understand, and you start playing around with your jig. You start playing around with your surface. You go crazy, and you start smacking your wife around. No, you don't do that. Don't smack your wife. But then it's the guide. It's ridiculous. Okay, so your guide and your swivels, that is your big thing. And if you turn a big piece of wire and you see your wire actually has got a lot of turns on it, when you're making it, then you know it's your tension on the Claptoning wire, because you're pulling it too tight and then it keeps on spinning like that. So yeah, but it's a nice tool. I enjoy it. I use it a lot. Okay, do you get extra guides, guys? Well, I actually bought myself the first Dideless again, just to get that clamp, because the Dideless Pro clamp sucks. That thing's bad. It's a type of clamp which you must get in a Christmas cracker. It's some of those toys. But the Dideless one actually had a decent. I don't know if you guys know, and I'm quickly going to post this so you can actually see. There's a company in Canada, which I often go and watch because my brother-in-law is in Canada, and he occasionally brings me wire in from Canada when they come and visit. And I'm going to show you a stand which a guy actually made. Now they keep on asking for my bloody birth date. Okay, 25th. Do it. But it's a very nice stand. It's pretty expensive, but I think that is the ultimate stand which you will need to be able to make any build. And you obviously have got a drill as well. But yeah, that is good. Talk amongst one another. Get to know one another quickly. I'm just quickly looking for this. Ask Uncle. Yeah, oh, there it is. As I said, oh, no, it's sold out already. Oh, but I'll still link you to it so you can actually see what it looks like. All right, there goes. Go check out that stand for building coils. That is awesome. There's our RJ DJ, 4Hs, Quad H, watching all the way from Canada. There's your guy. Tell him to get, because that Wicks and Wires is a Canadian vape shop. So he's close by all the nice stuff. Can you fit better material in for guide? I don't know, Zach, what do you mean by that? Can you fit better material in for guide? I don't know. So yeah, go and check out that website. That website's got a couple of nice things. So you guys want me to do this more often? Go a bit live. Chat to you guys like as if we're sitting in a braai room, turning around a choppy. Now, you overseas guys probably don't know what the choppy is, ne? You guys must all barbecue. Am I right? Is there anyone in this chat who actually puts some wood on, makes coals, it's got a grid, you put on meat, and you braai your meat? Is there anyone that does that for overseas? You guys all barbecue on charcoal blocks, or you smoke. You also smoke some of your food. Am I right? Ja, Brian Brandewyn. Bietjie klippies, klipdrif. There's If you overseas guys order some TKO from South Africa, order a bottle of Klipdrif. Ne? Also, it's nice cough medicine. Very good. You drink it with Coke. It makes you very friendly. Very friendly. So, yeah. Oh, Bushmanland. Genade. I must say, you can pick at a South African that's speaking English very quickly. Am I right? We have got a unique accent when we speak English, a unique way of speaking English that no one else does. I mean, we think the Australians sound funny. I think we sound crazier than the Australians. Oh, it's so good. You know, how many of you guys are new vapors? Probably not many. Probably most of you have probably been vaping for more than, what, 6 months? 6 months? Isn't it nice when you get to that point where you're actually happy with your style of vaping? Or you're happy with your juice, you're happy with your nicotine level, you're happy with the cotton which you're using, you're happy that you don't get any spit back anymore because you know how to wick, etc. It's just such a nice, and it took me almost 2 years to get to that specific point. 2 years. And the reason why it took so long is because of hype. Hype. I tell you what, people go crazy. I mean, one specific thing I can mention is, I don't know if you guys remember the Ram Squonker. There was so much hype about that. And then everybody goes and buys it. And then you feel so bad because you don't want to buy it and you save up and then you go and buy the thing. And then you use it for about 3 weeks and you go, this thing sucks. So it's 3 weeks wasted where you actually could have ventured into a different avenue and might have actually found or discovered your euphoria. So because I kept on chasing other people and not necessarily doing the decent research, it took me such a long time to get to dual battery, regulated, dripper. It's like Uncle Rob, he will tell you. He's found his happiness a long time ago, but he's still playing around every now and again with giving an RDA a second and a third chance and a fourth chance, giving this cotton. I mean, I tried sending the man juices. That man vapes one juice and one juice alone. Okay, he will occasionally try something else. But I know when he's off camera, when he's not taking a photo, he throws all the other juices away and it's back to Red Bull. Red Bull. He just enjoys that a lot. There you go. There's Uncle Rob, Red Bull. Yeah, no, that's it. That's it. It's Uncle. That's why he's Rob Red. That's why I went for it. He's went for it. But I know it. Not many people are going to pick it up, but I know it. There's a DNA 75C. Now, you guys, no, that's a very nice combination. But I want to know, I've still got my old school DNA. Is there really such a big difference? Now, let's be honest. Kyk hoe opgewonde raak ek nou stamp ek my juice om. Let's be honest. Is there a huge difference between a normal DNA 75 and a DNA 75C when it comes to functionality? Think about it before you answer. Okay? I'm not talking about color screen and versus monochrome screen. I'm talking about functionality. I don't think so. To be quite honest, I don't think so. I think it probably depends on how technical you want to go into vaping. What I want to do is I want to set my wattage, put in my dual batteries, put in my mod, check my ohms, adjust my wattage, vape. That's what I want to do. Okay, and I want the mod to last. If I press the button, I actually want to see it work. That's why. So I'm not too worried about that millisecond. I'm not a Formula One driver where milliseconds going to make the difference. I don't care about that. I'll press the button. Look at that vape. Look at that vape. And it's an old school DNA 75. So I don't know. I don't know if there's a big difference, to be quite honest. Replay, as Rob says, replay, I I don't know the function that well because I haven't got anyone. Or I don't have a device with the replay function, any C device. But what makes replay convenient is I think it always takes you back to that vape which you enjoy the best. Mr. Rob, am I right? Is that what replay's function is? There where you actually not going to get your dry edge, that correct wattage, etc. That's what replay does. There you go. So Mr. Rob knows. You can ask him Sunday evening as well when we've got the interview with him. Ask him about replay. All right. And he's a big fan of replay for sure. Absolutely. Now, Adam, the only reason why I didn't get the paranormal is because it just reminds me too much of the Therion. Too much. And I think then Therion already, you've got customizable doors, and I've got a few different doors as well. But yeah, I think if you've got this guy, you don't need to bother with any Therion lookalike type of device, except if you want to start collecting them. But I mean, this guy works just as well. I've actually got the Squonker as well. But the weird thing is here's my Squonker. But the weird thing about this guy is it works, but you can't see anything. If I put in batteries, I fire this thing, I vape it, squonk it, vape, but I don't see anything. Nothing. So the screen just died, but it still works. It's weird. But anywho, luckily this guy. And as I said, I enjoy this guy as well. Very nice. Hot Sig, like it. So I've got enough. I've got enough mods. Let's quickly see. Is there any others? Dot mod overhyped? Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah, M16 he also uses replay. Agree, have mates with a Therion and a paranormal. It's definitely not worth a change. Yeah. Yeah, I said the double barrel is a very nice mod, but I've got a problem with the accuracy of the wattage. Mine feels as if it's underpowered, and I'm not. I mean, I'm honest. Remember, I've got a lot of regulated mods, so I know what a certain build, because I basically use frame staples and everything, and I normally vape between 50 and 60 watts. I know what it shoots fire like, but that guy doesn't give me that same performance as what my other mods do. That's the only problem. But otherwise, it's an excellent mod. If you like that shape and you don't mind something a bit heavy in the hand, it's a great mod. Any thoughts regarding buying a dual 18650 Squonk mod or a single 21700 Squonk? Well, apparently there's not many good 21700 batteries out in any case, though. I think a dual 2700 Squonk would be a good idea, but it would be huge. I like this. I did have, was it Homeboy OC? The Rage Squonker? I did have that, but I sold it. I sold it because I didn't like the functionality of it. Nothing wrong with it. If you like the functionality and it suits your vaping style, go for it. People differ. So don't go and say, oh, I said it's bad. What's my review? I said it's a nice Squonker. But I prefer my cheap G-Box, Geek Vape G-Box over it, just for functionality purposes. Yeah, I know there's an update, M16, but the problem is not necessarily the battery life only, but the way the Squonk bottle and the fire button is situated. This is the perfect design for me. Front, back, I like that. That's what I dig. Yeah, Mr. Robert, you're the only guy in South Africa that's got the spade. Although I think there's a few spades in already. But yeah, I know it's a beautiful mod. You can show that Mr. Robert's got a white, I think a white and purple spade. But yeah, it's very nice looking. Yeah, 3 guys. No, Chris, I only had that one Adley clone, but that Adley clone has disappeared already. I've only got my authentic Adleys. I try to keep all my atomizers, which I have, at least them. I want to keep all authentic. So yeah, but the video which I did on it, not talking material wise, flavor wise, I didn't find a huge difference between the Adley clone and the authentic. So yeah, but as I said, the one might last longer because obviously the authentic Adley is going to have better components, better metal, better machining, more durable. At the end of the day, if you can afford a authentic, go for it. Do it. If you can't, you shouldn't. Nobody should look down on you because you've got a clone. Definitely not. Yeah, I've got this is a clone. Yeah, I've got a clone. This SVA is a clone. That copper vape of mine is also a clone. Apparently, maybe Mr. Rob Fisher will know while he's in here. This copper vape is the clone of an original which was extremely expensive back in the day. I don't know if you know about that, Mr. Rob. Is it true? But this copper vape is also a clone. And that's about the only clones which I have are those 2 mods. All the rest of my stuff are originals. Behind the batteries which I use is it differs from mod to mod. I've got Samsungs here, I've got LGs there, but mostly I prefer my Sony VTs. I like them. I like them because they basically you can use with everything. Okay, I'd like to but an authentic Adley, but Chris, they're very scarce, they're very rare. I've got both authentics, but I didn't pay full price for them, definitely. It's also both which had been advertised by people on the forum. And I just was lucky enough to be there at the right time. And I scooped them up. So yeah, and I wanted Adley for each one of my 2 squonkers. So now I've got those 2 Adleys are good. I've got enough Adleys. So yeah, guys, I think that is that. I think I'm going to give you something to look forward to on Sunday evening. So hopefully you guys will join in then. And I think this streaming actually works very nice directly through YouTube and not OBS. I will just play around and see later on if I'm capable of actually bringing in somebody on this. Should be able to. So yeah, thank you very much for actually joining. I think it's nice chatting to you guys a bit though, and you don't always get to get the personalities behind the people. At least I can pick up from your chatting. You're actually a friendly bunch of bastards. You're nice guys. All right. Go and watch that South African win. We want him into the semis in Wimbledon. Cheers, guys. Catch you at a later time.